Today is Falklands Day, the day when we remember the first recorded sighting of the then uninhabited Falkland Islands in 1592 by John Davis on his ship, the Desire. Today is an important day in the history of the Falkland Islands as we launch our new banknotes, the first new banknotes to be launched in the islands since 1984, and it is fitting that we have chosen to launch them on Falklands Day. We're really proud of our new banknotes and the process that has gone into making them. The banknotes celebrate the modern Falkland Islands with our biodiversity and nature and our wildlife, our penguins, the black-browed albatross, of which the Falkland Islands is home to 70% of the world's population. As well as featuring our bird life, the new banknotes also feature the national flower of the Falkland Islands, the pale maiden. The creation of the banknotes has been a collaborative process with our committee in Stanley, headed up by Leona Roberts MLA, and the team at De La Rue here in the UK who have designed and printed the banknotes. We've also worked very closely with a gentleman called Hugo Burnand, who is His Majesty the King's official photographer and who took the portrait that features on the banknotes.
Well, I'm very lucky because I started photographing him 20 years ago. So over that period, I've created a sort of professional friendship, a working friendship. And when I photograph him today, we have so much experience of working together that I often don't have to ask specific questions because I already know the answers, and he already knows my style and how I take photographs. And obviously, as I'm still there 20 years later, I'm doing something right. That photograph was, I'm really happy with that photograph. I really like it because it was not on the schedule of photographs we were going to take that day. But I had photographed the King 15 years ago in a similar position, wearing the Welsh Guards uniform, and it was used to celebrate his 60th birthday. And I felt that now was the time to update that photograph 15 years on. And I think maybe because it wasn't on the schedule and it was a collaboration between the King and myself on the day, we just thought it would be a fun thing to do. The fact that it worked so well, I think is partly why I love it so much. It's a very natural, spontaneous expression that he's giving me in that picture. I really like the banknote. I was so happy that there was a penguin on it. I think the design and the shapes and the lines are fantastic. And in a way, I'd quite like our own banknotes to mimic that style more, because I think it's a piece of art. It really is. It's a piece of art. What I like about the banknote is it looks quite clean and simple, but it's got so much information on there. It's got the national flower on there, it's got the penguins, it's got the albatross, it's got the map of the islands, and it's got some physical representation of the island and sea. And I think it's so clever what De La Rue have done, is to get so much of the Falkland Islands into such a small space without making it look cluttered or busy or anything like that. And then there's this lovely smiling face coming out of the King. And I think the sum of everything in the banknote looks fantastic. And I literally call it a work of art. And actually I'd like to see it this big, not just this big. That's what I think of it. I think it's a great success.
So this year we established that the Falkland Islands were going to need some new banknotes. This started a process of working up a whole new design. This has been done with a very small working group involving some artistic people with interest in currency, but as well people with experience of the Falklands over many generations and years. So during this trip to the UK, Emily Pollard and I were fortunate enough to visit the printing facility where our new banknotes will be created. this was incredible to see. It's a facility that produces banknotes for literally dozens of other countries in the world, and including the Bank of England. So it was a privilege to get to see the process. And I think the design that we've come up with is something really very new. I think we'll feel that it reflects the Falklands identity much more strongly. It's been a fascinating process, actually, and quite a lot of work, but coming up with something that speaks to the Falklands story has been really important to us.